10 seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй, что сейчас произошло? Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй, что сейчас произошло?
Interesting.
That's right, you heard that correctly. He's too quiet to just be the panel guy. I've got him back in the caster booth. How's it going, Lizzie, buddy?
That is too
Going great. Woke up, paneled 3 games, very quick 3-1s, and now into OG and Liquid. This is a best of 1 as well, am I correct?
looking good.
Yes, these are all BO1s now. It's non-stop BO1s. Infinite, nah, it's not infinite BO1s, so I won't go that far. I believe that was the potential thing that could happen with the earlier BO1s, but these ones, they're fixed, as T show us with his very elegant table in his notepad.
Yeah, it looks cool already. Like 2, for me, really strong teams matching up. OG and Liquid. Liquid, they've steadily improved. They went from 0-4 to 4-4, 5-4 even, right, in the group stages. OG... yeah, they've been up and down, but right now they're looking incredibly strong. Just like in their TI runs, this is something to really look out for. When it comes to these drafts, like panelists said, there are some good things for both of these teams. I really like that they rounded up with Seb's Axe, as it gives them some extra catch versus the Weaver and the Storm. Before that, they literally only had Dream Coil, which is sometimes enough, but you don't really want to count on only one hero, right?
No, you don't want to pile all the pressure on the tops, and I think last time I saw him play Puck, that was against Viking, and he got obliterated, right? So it's better to have this backup plan. This draft, it feels more rounded, right? Like when I look at this feels like full OG comfort, and I think that goes for Liquid as well. Both these teams are playing strong into their style.
Wait, was that because the last time I watched him, he was 0-5 versus Iceberg's Doom mid as well.
Oh, okay, so there's a recurring theme here. There's no Doom in the game, so this should be a godsend game.
Yeah, but I'm sure he had a couple of good Puck games as well. I'm not gonna check it.
It's that moment you just hear the type in the keyboard, and you just hear Liz go, "Oh God!"
Yeah. Talking about lanes, something different from Liquid is that Boxy is playing this Enigma, obviously because they have Earth Spirit in the game, but if you remember, they played quite a lot of Taiga Enigmas in which he really takes over that position 3, and then you have the position 4 Boxy running around with Void Spirit or something similar.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of anticipating, right? Because Liquid, they're very heavy into this idea of usually giving an Enigma a solo lane, but currently the way they're starting this up, it looks like they might want to try and put pressure on top, maybe because Mike should be okay bot, right? Like, there's no way to grab him.
I actually expected them to do the thing that they always do versus Enigmas. It's go in between tier 1 and tier 2 and cancel his clarity, also not allow him to do what he's doing right now. If you see Boxy, he's going to uber block this wave, and what this allows you to do is get 2 denies out of range of the enemy core, which makes everything much easier, and the equilibrium of the lane becomes so much easier to control.
Yeah. Just kind of exploring the fact that, you know, OG, they're not necessarily the strongest at lane level 1-2, right? Like, you need level 2 Fury swipes on mid 1 to really start to pressure either of these heroes. Just trying to stop them out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how strong. Like, Wisp and Ursa, that's an old school lane, but Enigma and Earth Spirit, I don't see them really pressuring that hard against them, because Enigma and Earth Spirit should be completely fine to free farm on top lane.
Yeah, and then the thing is, even when the Earth Spirit starts to rotate, like, can you actually easily get on top of Boxy here, as you are, you know, a melee hero against a ranged?
Maybe if he steps out of line, right? If he's out of position, you can. But I think if you're looking at first blood, mid or bottom lane is more likely. But we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, especially that bot lane. You know, have the potential Ink Swell run in with the Shikuchi at level 2. You could easily see Axe or Tusk just get picked off.
Yeah, unless mid one plays like this top lane, this is insane.
I mean, he's going to be brought low, but we'll be able to get away. Notel re-engages the Tether to escape himself, but that's a little bit too close for comfort for the OG boys.
Okay, I take everything back that I said, man. If they continue to be this aggressive on top lane, that might just be the lane with most kills.
Tiger? Okay. I mean, you could go for the bat back, but you don't really want to stick this Ursa next to Boxy, I guess.
Yeah, that was the plan, right? Roll in on him and then kick him under the tower, but Ursa was a little bit too far already, and probably not the best idea to get him close.
That's not as ridiculous in like level 1-2 as used to be, right? Like, you compare a year ago, you used to have higher armor. I think the Fury swipes, that was back when the reset time was fixed at 20, right? That was when he was a bit more scary.
When you actually even leveled over power early on, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
That's when he was actually good. In the lane, at least. Like, he would zone you out immediately. And right now, it's a bit different. It's a little bit easier to lane into.
Yeah, it requires you to consistently pressure your opponent, right? Otherwise, the Fury swipes very quickly reset, and you might just get poked and prodded at back.
Yeah. What's happening on the other lanes? Storm and Puck, kinda even. Storm doing a bit better, 5 denies versus 2 of Thompson. So I mean, this is Koikwa's best hero. Like, his Storm, his Lone Druid, that's really when Liquid shines.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, the question is, like you say, his best hero is Lone Druid or Storm's for his best hero? Because he's making it look like Storm might be the one. Thompson just about able to move away, but won't be good enough. Gets him with the overload damage.
Denied.
Yeah, Thompson with his Puck not really starting off too well. The thing about Puck in this Storm matchup is, okay, on the lane Storm can do well, but he still finds problem afterwards because Puck can leash him with Dream Coil and dig down.
Seb, I don't know if they're gonna get this. Rolling? Oh, Tiger, no! Smashes off the mark, they're not able to close the kill.
At least they're pressuring him, and Seb is forced to go out of the lane, even with the Ring of Health, which is pretty nice. I think you need to control Seb quite a bit in this game.
Exactly, and that's the key thing here, right? Liquid right now, they're not waiting to see the kind of pressure OG is going to apply. Tiger so far is trying to outpace what Sapta now wants to do, which is kind of rotate and make these lanes uncomfortable.
Actually, 2 very similar heroes on position 4s, like Tusk and Earth Spirit. If you think about what these 2 heroes want to do in the laning stage, Earth Spirit maybe rotates a bit more often towards the mid lane, but in general, it's a similar strategy.
It just feels like Sax. He always needs to be somewhere near bot because, of course, there is always that risk of what we just got a preview of, right? The Ink Swell bomb in with Mike.
And the lane doesn't get easier for Seb here as Mickey gets levels, because not only levels, it's items that really matter on Mickey. He has these two raid bands.
They got Thompson again?
Nothing.
Oh no!
Did I predict something bad? Did I jinx him?
I think I'm the one that truly jinxed him. I must apologize, because I did say there was no Doom in the game, so he should have a good time. But this is definitely not the case so far. 5 minutes in and 2 deaths already
Dire's middle
on the
tower
pot.
is under attack.
And they get Seb. Liquid is on fire. Like, yeah, they're doing really well right now.
Structures are fortified.
Koikoi is actually abusing that DD to pressure Thompson even more.
He's going to decide to back off after he forces the TP from Io.
That is level 4 Puck versus level 6 Storm 5 minutes in.
This is exactly the same way this broke out in those Doom games, right? Like, I think the first kill was level 3-4 on Puck, and then the Dooms would be level 6 or 7 when the Puck was barely level 5.
Okay, so there's one slight difference. Saksa bottom lane.
He'll be able to
should be fine. I by the way, also just want to mention that this task on bottom lane is pretty good because of Snowball. Mickey is caught, but he should be fine. You can always dodge Inkswell with the Snowball, which is why Seb is having a bit of a better time down here. But going back to that mid lane, Storm Spirit is a little bit easier to punish than a Doom is. When Doom goes out of control, as Puck, there is nothing you can do. He's way too tanky, your spells tickle him. Storm, as soon as you get level 6 on Thompson, if you don't die before that again.
He might. The Sun's going to be there, the roll through. They've got the damage, the burst through Thompson again. Or have they lose you out just in time? Will barely get him away alive. Koikoi decided not to burn the rest of his mana. I mean, when you've got this sort of lead, even if you get that kill, the only thing you do is lose out.
And the worst thing for OG right now is the fact that no matter who you rotate mid, you're not killing Koikoi unless Thompson is 6, right? Like, no supports can help you. On the other hand, Taiga with the silence, he allows these kills on Thompson to happen.
Yeah, and even if you know it's coming right now, you see like Thompson is kind of desperate to get that extra bit of XP, so to him, it's kind of worth that risk, right? Because as you said, once you have the level 6, I mean, there's plenty of work you can do in this game as Thompson with that Dream Coil.
But he's being controlled so hard, and now Koikoi pushed in, and they're rotating top, they smoked up. There is a chance for Thompson to get this 6 and maybe TP top and answer this, unless they're too far out, which they are.
Looks like it. Smoke's gonna break. Oh, nope. Mid one was wise to it. I think the ward just got a glimpse of him on the low ground there.
Very good read from them, and look how far they run. This is exactly what they had to do. Just run to the towers, run to the hills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
If they dive that deep, then Puck can assist, but no, it's a good thing for OG that they didn't get ganked there.
Yeah, you don't want this Storm snowballing more out of control. What you need now is Thompson to start kind of finding his place in this game. Because it'd be fair to say, without the Axe, without the Puck, this is a very hard game for mid one to find targets to stick on top of, right?
What's actually very interesting is that Koikoi is going for Bloodstone first. Like maybe he just queued it for the Kaya and that's it, which is something that we see like Kaya into Orchid. But I think he also has Arcane Rune right now.
We've also seen, I think it's FN occasionally likes to just build the Soul Booster, right? Just because it tanks you up to stupid points. So I'm curious to see if he will go Kaya or if it's going to be Soul Booster because he's like, oh, if I get hit by the Dream Call, I just need to tank up, maybe.
That's true. Actually, that's a fairly good point. But what I was expecting maybe is when you have a start as good as this one, to go for Orchid and then be aggressive on the map, but...
Of course. Thompson's going to rotate. Dream Call down, but the roll in the black hole's going to come out. Thompson is going to be punished alongside Saxa. Mistakes have been made.
Damn.
They're reading them so well.
That jump on top of the Enigma without actually silencing him, and then he just turns into the black hole. That's literally the best thing that could happen for Boxy.
I mean, it's getting better for them in general. Liquid, they're going to find 2 more picks. Mid one, he used the Enrage, but nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Liquid, they're giving 0 breathing space to OG. There's no chance to play. There's always reactions coming out from Team Liquid.
Well, Seb is breathing with his lungs very, very
Deep breaths as he shakes back and forth. He's like,
Dire's structures are fortified.
he's the only
right
one.
now, Seb.
Radiant's bottom tower is
You're
under
gonna say he's the only
attack.
one who's actually having somewhat of a
Dire's
game,
top
right?
tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's on the outskirts just watching and waiting for his blink, and I think this is probably the best thing to do. You don't want to join the massacre, just wait for your items and then actually make an impact.
That might be more massacring.
Radiant's
They don't want to hit the sounds of the quick fight. He's out of mana. Inkswell, Tiger is going to cover him. They're going to have to use the Dream Call, but all this for an Earth Spirit kill does not feel good.
is under attack.
You won't be able to find more.
Radiant's
That's
bottom
exactly
tower
what he
is under
wanted, right?
attack.
He got Inksfeld and ran in. He was, take me instead, save Mr. President Koikwa on Storm Spirit. That's it. Like, you
He
just
was
run in.
literally Boromiring, right?
Yeah, you give your life for the more important hero.
Dire's top tower
It's a
is
really good
fallen.
play because that Dream Call now is on
Radiant's bottom
cooldown
tower
and
is under
Storm
attack.
Spirit should feel way safer on the map. There you go, he goes in.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom tower
safe
is
isn't
fallen.
enough for Koifa. He wants everyone else to not feel safe, as Puck is learning the hard way. Nice roll in, ensures no response can come out with Thompson.
It's always like this. It's in Dota, everything is a domino effect. One thing leads to another, and if you use that Dream Call and get only a support, suddenly Storm can kill you without worrying of any repercussions.
Most definitely. It's just like, where do you find kills, right? It feels like you can go off this Enigma now, he doesn't have Black Hole, but it feels a bit wonky. The Weaver, very hard kill. And if Puck's always dead, what can you do? You're just gonna lose more heroes as they find Tusk as well. It's just, there's no easy way for OG to mount a defense until that Blink Dagger is online with set.
Dire's middle tower
And this
has
is a
fallen.
minute 11, free tier 1 on mid lane, uncontested, also tier 1 on top lane. Meanwhile, the only thing that you did lose, and are losing, is bottom lane, where Seb is finding a lot of space and a lot of farm. This is the trump card for OG. Once he gets this Blink Dagger, you should expect some smokes and perhaps some good plays from OG, because right now everything is looking grim.
Hey man, if there was any hero you could give to Seb that he could deliver a miracle with, okay? This is the one! Makes you wonder if right now he's kind of wiping his brow and go, oh, I mean, well, the amount of carrying I had to do in that one was maybe a bit easier, because there is a high expectation of what the Axe has to achieve in this game.
All things put aside, they're finding decent farm on Ursa. They're making a lot of stacks for mid one, and they're farming them very efficiently with Wisp. So he's keeping up with the farm at least, and Seb is still on top. So it's not all that grim overall, even though objectives and kills are completely in favor of Liquid.
You're just waiting for that key moment, right? The OG are known for, where they have the power to just go as 5. It can be hard fighting into an Enigma, but once you get the key items, you know they're just going to start running constant. Right now, the run towards
top
top.
lane.
BK will get out though.
Really good read from him, using that.
Oh no, reload the box, he's gone. All right, Seb's game just got a little bit better. Blink is worthwhile straight away. Already 600 gold on his way to his next item.
They might counterplay this. Taiga and Koikwa, they're scouting out Seb.
Go for him. Backside thrown out. Seb dragged in, down to half HP. He's been burned through quickly here. TPs are coming in. No tail's going to be there to tether across. Cool's going to be used. Roll through will be sidestep. Dream Cool comes down to 2. They're going to turn around the quick, but burst through, dunk him down. And next on the hit list is Tiger, who has no easy way to roll out. There's too many heroes around him. They're ensuring they block every path of escape as they turn it around and get even more value in this bot lane.
Seb just brushes his shoulders off and he's like, yeah, no sweat, man. Chill out, casters. I got this.
It's like, bro, I handled the TI grand final pressure. This is nothing.
Yeah, but this is the difference between an axe that rushes Blink Dagger and an axe that rushes Vanguard into Blink Dagger. Like, when you go for Vanguard, you're forcing yourself to be a little bit more patient, and you find naturally more farm because you have that region. If you went for Blink first, maybe those early engagements wouldn't go their way, and everything would have fallen apart. This is like a really smart decision to go Vanguard into Blink.
Yeah, it's less desperate, right? Like when you rush that Blink, it's because something has gone terribly wrong. And credit to him, most games, most axes, they would have looked at the start of this game and went, I need a Blink immediately.
Yeah,
my team
most
needs
games you would see phases into Blink, right? Like that would be the general build, but this is much better looking right now.
It's that moment as you said that, I thought about General, I realized it's always the CIS players that give you these awkward names in the middle of commentary. No One, Solo, General.
I mean, some of the Asian names as well, like
Seb.
just a random syllable.
They might have him this time. It's taken a while, but they've got the CC and there's no reinforcements coming. So it looks like Seb will eventually go down. Maybe he gets a spin. Maybe he gets the donkey, takes one with him. You could see he was like, come on, just one spin, baby. It's like when you're sitting in front of the roulette, just hoping it'll land on the 0.
Look at the smoke on top lane, though. Is this? Yeah, this is for the stacks, it looks like. They need to be... Actually, they might set up a trap here. Let's see if Koikwa will take the bait. Because remember, there is a bounty rune that spawned on minute 15. It looks like he won't go there.
No, he has to be aware that like, this area doesn't feel safe right now. They haven't really had anyone sitting up here in a while.
They're checking Rush instead.
Makes sense if you're against an Ursa. Instead, the Ursa is trying to kill off Heroes here. Thompson is stunned up, and Tiger One's trouble. With Soulbind 2, movement in, Vortex and the Black Hole's going to be there for 3. They're turning around, they bring them down. Ursa, Puck, and Isle all hit the deck. Liquid fantastically re-established control over this area.
I love the play from OG. The problem is very evident. You don't have a tier 1 mid or top, and now mid lane.
And again, I don't know if they... Oh, Seb. Just enough damage to get the dunk in before the time lapse comes out.
That's a great counter kill. Like a recovery kill now that you lost your carry, you also killed theirs, so it's kind of fine. But back to that black hole on top lane. It's only because no objectives have been taken. They can reach their allies so easily and counter-attack.
OG, they want more. They're angry. They're like, okay, that though, you got 3. We're going to need at least 1 more. So now it's 2. If they can find the third, they can make it perfectly even. They might just settle for the tower though, with the creep wave pushing in. Or maybe even Roche. I mean, black hole is on cooldown, right? That's the other big thing for Liquid. It was a great black hole, but now where's your CC?
Just play around the cooldowns, right? That's it. When you play against Enigma, play when that black hole is off, and that's it. But smoke, maybe?
Oh, buyback coming out. Don't hold the high ground. I like this though, because he can ambush with the Dream Core. Seb with the jump, and the core's gonna come out. Snowball across, they're trying to control on Dragon Axe away. They don't, they get it off there. When they get the time lapse, they're gonna keep them alive. They'll turn around. Axe and Thompson brought down. Ursa taking a lot of damage. He has to stand and fight on the quick, but he's able to move away. It's a double kill for Mike, and they're hunting for more on the side. They are gonna be able to clean up Tusk as well. Tiger putting in some work on this Earth Spirit as they'll hunt down the final member of OG and clean up the captain himself.
Insane execution by Liquid there. Like the peace of mind that they had, the calm to figure out who exactly they need to CC, so that Weaver manages to use his time lapse like 1 millisecond away from being dunked. That's really, really well played, and it looks like it's going to be their rush, even though they don't have that black hole.
And this is crippling, right? One of the big advantages of picking an Ursa is this. So easy to get your hands on that first and second Aegis. And it might not be as reliant as like a Husk guy, right? But it's still a critical objective for this hero.
It depends on the item build of Ursa as well. When you're going for Battle Fury like he is, getting that early rush is cool, but it's not like game winning or losing, because you can still roll back into the triangle, farm up the stacks like he's doing right now.
That's right, and he's going to be on his way pretty quickly towards that Basher next. So then, you're going to see a little bit more CC, and that might be the situation next time where the time lapse doesn't go off. It's Liquid. They have to keep very cleanly executing these saves to make sure Mike survives the engagements.
They probably found the most desired item as well, neutral item. They got a clumsy net right now for themselves. On the side of OG, that is. So well, let's see who's going to pick that up. Maybe Ursa, maybe Tusk, maybe even Seb. In any case, yeah, that's what you want.
Tusk has gone for the dragon scale, and I don't think Ursa's given up those vampire fangs. That's just too juicy. Maybe Seb. I think right now the Iron Talon is nice. But...
It's on Wisp actually.
Okay.
At least when you look at neutrals, it looks like it's on him.
I guess he's like, oh, well, I'm going to be with the Ursa, right? The Ursa needs that additional lockdown, so I'll just grab them for him, and he can just go to town.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
Can
tower
work.
is under attack.
Seb is setting up a trap, but he doesn't know that Boxy is doing exactly the same thing. Because if you think about it, there's 6 possible heroes here with a relocate.
However, Liquid seem to have abandoned their trap. Boxy, he'll sidestep it. Tiger is quick off the mark to try and punish this. With the roll and it's pinged out though, Tusk knows. Are they going to try and reinforce the question? Seb will try and run away, but he's gone. They are not willing to try and get involved in this. The reload is not available, so it'll be pointless. Saxa is forced to fight. Thompson with the dream call. They're going to try and turn now. Saxa's going to be there. Boxy not able to do anything. He used the black hole and it instantly got cancelled by Thompson. They'll at least find the kill on the Tusk, but they need to find this kill on the Thompson as well, or it's not going to be worthwhile. Looks like they might be able to get in. The problem is No-Tail is here now to try and drag him away. This Soulbind will keep them together, but you're an Io. You kind of want that anyway. So we'll drag him in and ensure the kill. Quick, but barely alive as he bull lightens away. No-Tail able to sidestep the roll, but nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. This No-Tail, Io is going to die.
Kicks him away.
Get the hell away from my team.
Really, really well played by Liquid, but I can't not say it, man. OG, that was... Everything went wrong there from the beginning, right? Like, first Axe misses that call, then they don't relocate instantly after, but Axe still sticks around. I think obviously he doesn't have our vision.
No, he doesn't. I mean, you can just see how confident Mike is at this stage in the game, right? With the Aegis going towards that Skadi. Like, the window which this Aegis is covering will then be replaced by the Skadi that'll make him all but impenetrable. Sax is going to be the one dying up here.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it's this build from Mike as well. I've seen this a couple of times. The Dragonlance and Maelstrom. I see a lot of Weavers actually still rushing the MKB. And then perhaps Dragonlance or Dazzle or whatever. I like this from Mike because he's usually the main core, the main carry of his team. But when he gets this Maelstrom, he farms a little bit quicker, and this Dragonlance plus Power Treads give him just enough of HP and raw effective health, right, to stay in the fights.
Yeah, and it's not like mid one's going to be able to jump across to deal with you yet. Until he's got that Abyssal complete, he's a little bit slow to follow up on the initiation of the puck or the axe. So it does feel like Mike has quite a free game right now.
Yeah, but that bottom fight is still in my mind, man.
I know, right? Because I think the reload was on cooldown.
Was it?
Yeah.
It could have been. But why do you jump him then? That's the question. It's just mind-boggling. Something went wrong for OG there.
Because like I saw him jump in, I looked up and yeah, those wonderful little green diamonds. Yeah, Io's was blank. He didn't have it apparently. And I mean, if you have that reload, it's a completely different situation, right? Because I mean, credit to Thompson, he perfectly cancelled the black hole from Boxy.
By the way, can you check neutral items for Dire?
Do you want to talk about how unfair it is?
No, the only thing that I can't change the neutral items to Dire.
Oh,
I can only see
so
Radiant.
you open the shop and then you click
Radiant
on one of the members of the team. It should switch over. You have to... I don't know why it's this way. It defaults to one team. So if you don't click over again...
No, I was clicking on the hero and then on the shop, my bad. In any case, Aegis has been reclaimed.
And they make a play though. This one's acting as if he wants to be forward, but the backline doesn't want to be Tiger. Intercepts No-Tail straight away. Controlling onto him. Black Hole is going to come out in the ring, but connected on a 2. They've found Thompson. They're going to find mid one as well. The Enrage already having been used. Liquid are just dismantling OG here as they're going to hunt forward and find the remainder of the team as they're leashed together. The Inkswell is going to stun them up for a hell of a long time. Seb, last man standing, but not for long. The control is too good. It's a triple kill for Mike. With this, they could easily just push in and take some towers as a bonus on the side.
The insane thing is, this is OG's smoke to begin with, right? They're looking at this, okay, they don't have Aegis, we can fight perhaps right now. They timed it pitch perfect, right? Aegis just got reclaimed. And the black hole connects on position 1 and position 2. How many times do you see that happening? Usually in Dota you're looking at that one target and the other core is usually far away, but man, Boxy is getting some great black holes.
Yeah, I mean, we always see Tiger, right? We always see Tiger Enigma. Boxy, he's got his hands on this hero. He's like, let me show you what I can do with this. And so far, we have been impressed. I mean, I feel very worried for OG right now because now with the BKB online, what's your solution? You need Thompson to have an axe, but look at his net worth in this game. Look how much he's suffering.
Yeah, there's a smoking up again. instant smoke. They're running towards Mickey top lane. But look at Mickey. He pushes out one wave. He's instantly hiding. The way he's moving while he farms and pushes out is something that anyone can look at and just copy and
Meanwhile, look at bot.
Dire's middle tower
Look at bot
is
right
under
now.
attack.
Mid one, he's in too deep. Just trying to stand his ground, but the Inkswell assassins, everything is there. Mid one is going to be gone. No Tail might die as well. He tried to get him out with a reload, but it gets cancelled. Not just dodging the gangs, but anticipating where the remainders are going to be. Liquid have got OG's number here.
Full Skadi completed as well on Mickey.
For my
He has that level 15 talent. He didn't go for the mana break, he went for the strength. I believe everyone takes strength right now, but still, it just makes him so tanky.
That was a very depressing walrus punch. I mean, he did use the tag team, he just wanted out. You have no sort of way of dealing with Mike in this game.
We've seen something similar, didn't we? Like recently, Liquid played Mickey Weaver, and he just owned.
Yeah. He's clearly one with this hero. An Axe is about to become one with death. I was going to try and save him, but no reload. Still on cooldown. They're going to troll him up. The Soulbind actually works against the Axe in the end. No Tail trying to help. He's just going to sign over his own death. The Dream Core to try and buy some time. Dobson jumping in though. Quick but turned around upon. They will bring down the Storm Spirit. And the next Spirit to fall might be Tiger. Back to get one away, but nice block by Thompson so he can't roll out. The Ixwar has ran out. Tiger able to get away with a secondary roll. And Mike has arrived. Will get bashed off. Can he actually get out? It's going to be controlled. If they get another bash, they're going to get Mike brought down mid one. Finally getting a chance to shine in this game.
Some pretty big mistakes from Liquid, but man, the bashes really followed mid one this time around. He got, what, it wasn't the first hit on Mickey, but it was like one of the first 2 or 3.
I think it was the 3rd or 4th, and then next time he had to wait another like 3 or 4, which is reasonable. It's the fact that Mike, like, he must have heard us saying, you know what, Mike's unkillable. It's just echo in his mind. There is no way they can kill me, but they need to kill him now. Double buyback, mid one down to half HP. They're getting him low. He sounds like they're gonna get him out. Black Hole no walks in. They're gonna drag him back in. Maybe they can do enough damage here. They're gonna bring him low mid one. Can he actually turn on this? No, Seb's not able to turn it for him in time. Ultra Port low, but will not fall. Dream Core goes down. Thompson trying to control him up. Seb still alive, will finally go down. They run out heroes to throw at this. They're gonna lose the puck as well. Io unable to help.
Yeah, the decisiveness from Liquid. They're just owning them in these rush fights. This is the second rush engagement that goes in Liquid's favor. And the way they play around it, the fact that they just instantly buy back 2 kills, fight with that black hole. That's impressive. Really good stuff from Liquid. And now with the Aegis on Weaver, or with the cheese on Storm Spirit, the game becomes a little bit more difficult, as it wasn't already too hard for OG. There's also Fairy Fire, I believe, that's given to Mickey. Yep.
Has fallen.
He's like, okay guys, this tanky build isn't 100%. Can I just get that extra little oomph at the edge? I mean, credit to Boxy as well, because that black hole, yeah, for a moment you're like, okay, he's losing half the duration, but he understood. You just need 2 seconds of control in the mid one, and he's kind of done.
It was good enough. It was still good enough. The problem from OG is, if you're looking at the way they're playing, every single thing looks a bit too forced, right? Like, there isn't this... They can't simply just execute a play. They need to force it. They need to always have casualties. And it comes down to not being able to play the map correctly, as Tier 1, 28 minutes in, is still standing. It's hard to smoke go anywhere when the only Tier 1 that you've taken is the bottom one. Really a big deal.
I mean, you don't have any natural sieges as OG, right? The only way they take objectives is by winning fights. As you said, finding those fights on favorable grounds is very hard with all of these reinforcement points. Oh, rolling long range, Thompson gets connected onto. It's going to be cool to turn around onto. The bash is going to come out. They dunk him down and kill him off. Buyback's going to be there though. He's going to be arriving soon. No Tail being brought low. Will be burst through. Mike with the stun control. Tusk is going to be brought down. Mid one with the BKB. Forced to stand and fight. He needs another back though. Mike able to get the time lapse off and move away. They're going to stun up Thompson to make sure he cannot pursue. He's in trouble. No Tail being brought low after the buyback. That's going to be the dieback. The core controller Weaver. They've still got the Fury Quote stack. So dunk him, bring down once. Quickfire with the control. Out onto Ursa. He's the cheese to stay alive. The curse of the black hole. They'll find it. The bear is dead. Axe Rax is going to be dead. Everyone on OG is going to be dead. As Tiger is once again surging forward, looking for another target. Seb, low on mana, low on health, no way to turn and fight. Is going to die. They wipe them again. Oh my word. Liquid.
Yep.
Wow.
A perfect like prelude to what just happened is when we talked about not having control on the map, right? Like you get a good pick off on Taiga even though he was the one that rolled in. But then there's a tier 1 and what's the problem? He just buybacks, goes back in, straight up. And that fight, Liquid didn't have Black Hole actually, it was still on 20 seconds of the cooldown. And in the end when Moxie used it, I don't think it even mattered, like they already won it, it was good. They used the cheese and ages, but still super worth it.
Yeah, it's like you used it, sure, but you used it well. I mean, look what it's getting you. It's getting you a set of racks, and it might get you more the rolling connection. Tiger on point time and time again in this game.
Is under attack.
One more thing, the Orb of Destruction that Mike is wearing right now, these small intricacies, was picked up by Insania in the middle of that fight. One of OG's players dropped it. I'm not sure why, but
Thompson, he's going to drop a Dream Core. Lonzo forced out. BKB's out of it. Foxy, the president of the Black Hole again. Connects on the mid one. They're going to run through Zephyr and all the support and casters. Mid one, he pops the enrage to try and fight, but it looks hopeless. He's going to fall as well. There has to be game. GG gets called. Liquid, time and time again, refusing to let OG have a moment to breathe in this game.
Really well played by Liquid. From the laning stage, they identified the hero that might give them most problems in the mid game. That was Thompson on his puck. They committed the Earth Spirit towards mid lane to help out Koikwa, who was already doing fine, to just completely shut down Thompson. And they did it, man. Like, it really, really well played.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Team secrets turn to pick.
Omni Knight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Sand stands ready.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Team
remaining.
secrets turn to pick.
Phantom Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Timber Saw.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team secrets turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Time.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Imber spirit.
You may now select your heroes. Prepare for battle.
Oh, another best of one indeed, Liz. It never lets up. This is all we got for the rest of the day. And hype teams to have it and a hype series. Because you know what I'm seeing on each side, Liz? I'm seeing heroes that like rapiers. And this is Team Secret in this series.
Yeah, Team Secrets, man, with the Sven this time around. He's not playing PA. He might still get that rapier for 2 strike a little bit later on, but they just lost the game versus Navi with dropping that PA's rapier, so maybe he might think differently this time around. But overall, I like the Sven pickup here. I actually love Sven versus Omni Knight, right? You have that Dispel talent on level 15. There aren't many heroes that dispel in the game, and suddenly your carry can do exactly that on a core that he's targeting. That looks solid for Secret. For Nigma, this trio, Sand King, Phoenix, Void Spirit, they dish out so much magic damage in the mid game that they will be the cogs that really bring Nigma into the game. Make that machine work a little bit later.
Yeah, it feels like a kind of critical thing for Secret is finding their way towards BKBs on these cores, right? Like especially on the Ember and the Sven at least. And then they'll have a means to fight. But that does give Nigma a decent window to kind of push that aggression in the early mid game.
Yep. On Ember, maybe you don't really want it as much. On Sven, you can afford it because you're a Sven. You're always an item ahead, right? So you can think about that BK. PA, when you think about PA in a game such as this one, he does have Omni Knight, but as we mentioned earlier, that's the only buff, and it's countered too. So it's not really the greatest PA game overall, but it's PA in this. Never know.
That's the big catch. You know, you get that late game scenario. Nobody wants to go very late against the PA because you're always at risk. You know, you have got these heroes that can have a lot of armor, but someone like Puppy is not going to have a fun time in this game if we do get that later stage. Something I kind of noticed actually is quite interesting is Nigma, they have easy ways of disengaging from Puppy's Will-O-Wisp, right? Like all these heroes have mobility elements that will allow them to not have to necessarily kill the lamp, but just move away from it.
Yeah, that's true. But if you're the one initiating on the side of Secret, it can get a little bit tricky, right? Because it's not only Will-O-Wisp, usually it's followed up by someone else, like an Ember Spirit or a stun. That can be a problem.
Suffice to say, Kuro's position is going to be important for that Heavenly Grace save. Just that's kind of the thing Secret have, that cheap initiation.
This top lane panel, Zai, he'll be babysat here until he hits level 3. The Yapsur can do whatever the hell he wants to the map. This guy will be unkillable. PA plus Omni Knight really do not pressure him. But I believe if you're Enigma and you're drafting like this and you see this Timber Saw, you know that's what's gonna happen. So you're just thinking a little bit deeper, a little bit into the field, not only about playing.
Yeah, it's most important that, you know, before you're level 6 on this Void Spirit, just be careful about your positioning if Yapsul's not showing, right? Because that's when a Void Spirit is vulnerable to death in this mid lane.
Yapsul is pretty low here, but he's only messing with them. They pulled the small camp, so he kind of... A little bit. Meanwhile, Zai, happy little camper on this top lane.
Happy land. Yapsul, though, not very happy at all. Just gonna chase in, first blood drawn, and Miracle gets it.
This is one of those situations when you claim your position 4. Dude, the only thing you have to do is just stay behind me. That's it. Lock the camp, stay behind me. Just don't die, because they can't kill me. But, yeah, unfortunately, Yapzor, he played with fire a little bit.
Fear nothing.
And the possible in that situation, his argument is always, well, you're only unkillable because you're level 3 now, but now you're level 3, can you protect Yapzor's the problem? They're just going to keep poking and prodding this Tiny.
As long as he's wasting PA's time and they're unable to farm on Miracle, I find Yapsul.
You want the bot lane. They are pressure on number 2, but man, he's not having the happiest of times, but you'd expect this, right? Sand King loves playing against these melee carries.
Oh, for sure. This dual lane, maybe when with Puppy's level 2 Chakra Magic, you can surprise them with some 2 Storm Hammers. But besides that, this should be a lane for Mind Control and GH. So these 2 offlaners should win their effective lane. As you can see, the CS Mind Control.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then the difference is like which one can more easily do things in the mid game. Because right now, Zai is at least getting some injection with the assisted Yapso as they pick off Omni Knight. But suffice to say, a Sand King, it's going to be easier for him to kind of hunt down targets in that mid game, right, compared to a Timber. Oh, I say that. Miracle. Zai, he can't get the right tree, and the chakra won't be enough now that Kuroki has arrived. Or well, Death rather. Miracle? No, he's fine. He's like, come at me, buddy. I might not be able to kill you, but now that my Omni's back, you can't kill me either.
Well, he's still pretty low, but yeah, like you said, Omni is here, he'll be able to heal him up. White guy there, Kuro is just trying to get level 3 as soon as possible, so sometimes that means you're a little bit greedier on the farming patterns, and you try to mess with this a little bit too long, take you down.
Yeah, it's a tough lane for Kuro as well, right? Like, Heavenly Grace isn't extremely high value, right? Like the way that Avalanche works, you're not going to be able to just stop yourself from being stunned in those situations.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Can be a little bit.
Time is approaching, so bounty runes, it looks like Yapsor will snatch one on top.
Oh, Wee's already moved in for the safest one for Radiant side, so it looks like Nigma are going to get all 4 runes.
This is really well played by Wee. He made this happen. If you're Yapsor, you definitely contest the Omni Knight, but as you know that Wee is on your cliff, he's taking the rune next to the Ancients, you're not really sure, okay, he might be there, but he might have also just rotated here instead, and because of that, Yapsor plants the ward and doesn't go low.
Yeah, it's the fact that Wee's kept pressure on Anisha, right? So he's so low on health, he couldn't match the rotation. He just had to try and get the only advantage he could, which is a quick assist. Exactly.
He isn't. Be a little bit careful here. He just got his 6 toes.
And he's going to have a bounty rune, so he's going to be more than fine. He's going to be glorious.
Dire's
Nisha is following,
is under
but
attack.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do. You know, we see Embers time and time again. They don't really take these early points in Searing Chains anymore.
yeah, depends on some matchups,
Radiant's
right? But
courier has been killed.
time around, just Sleight of Fist plus Blightstone, and you constantly spam Wee with that. Good.
Good move from Yapsor though, just making sure that the rune's secure at the 6-minute mark so that Nisha can pivot a little bit of an advantage here.
Now this is, if the rune spawned bottom, then it wouldn't have been as good. It would have been a wasted rotation, but from Dota, it's a very good rune securement. Too many players, 4 players, don't put enough emphasis on this. You need to secure those runes. They win or lose lanes, literally.
And they can ripple out, right? Like, think about the amount of times you see a mid get a haste. What do? They run to the outer lane, they punish someone elsewhere. It benefits more than just a single lane in the game.
No, of course. The whole game can be made or broken by that, especially when you have these 2 extremely active mid laners. Okay.
They're trying to get active here. I'm not really sure what the plan is here. Maybe try and stop the stacks, I guess.
The stacks, yeah. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe even a kill.
They need a few more crits. Miracle wants to re-engage, but Vigil on the high ground is going to be revealed to Yapsor with that dagger, and they don't even get the kill. Nisha now with the Invis rune. Just trying to rotate, but once again, it's a lack of lockdown to deal with this PA yet.
Does Miracle want to even go back top? Like, he's looking like a guy that doesn't really know which way he wants to go, and there you go, he TP's back.
He was beginning to look a little bit like a roaming Phantom Assassin at that point.
Exactly. You remember those days with Orb of Venom and Blightstone running
and any
around?
hero?
Yeah. No. On PA especially, because you just go around and throw out daggers. Like, that was so annoying.
Oh god.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, the other surprisingly annoying but not so effective ones, like you remember anti-mage when people try that as a possible.
Yeah, the 2B anti-mage.
Well, 2B anything at this point.
Trying it. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Miracle needed to rotate from top
Radiant's
lane.
bottom tower
All
is
jokes
under
aside,
attack.
because that lane is already pressured way too hard and he's not getting enough.
Dire's
I don't
top
think
tower
farming
is
the
under
small
attack.
camp is enough either.
Oh, Kuro.
He's just waiting for info, that's it.
I think Kuro is in a little bit of trouble here. Maybe he gets the TP out. Looks like he will be able to escape. They couldn't burst through him when he had the Heavenly Grace on.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, they're
tower
swapping
is
lanes
under
around,
attack.
so top lane mind control now. He deals magic damage more than anything else, so he'll be able to stay inside.
Dive onto GH. Nisha able to get the solo effect. Point chains finally finding its value there.
So what happened there is GH, he managed to survive the first time because he had dive, but then he still stuck around, tried to perhaps defend the tower a bit longer, which led to his inevitable death. As you don't have cooldowns, right? You don't have level 6, you don't have dive, you're just dead.
Yeah, and it's annoying because you want to be sitting there, right? It's wasted XP in your eyes if you're not able to absorb it. So he might think it's worth the risk, but at the same time, you are just starting to pad Nisha up because he's now at level 9 compared to we only at level 7.
And Miracle is really moving a lot. Bottom lane,
I don't know if they got... Nope, the purification wasn't rightly timed. Nisha was able to dodge with the sleight fist.
Bottom lane, Zai rotated in. He just TP'd bot, and instantly that made Miracle TP back top. He does not want to be on the same lane as Zai at all. And that's the only thing Zai wants to do. That and push towers, which, as Timber saw right now, you can do, but you have to be a little bit careful and vary of the magic damage.
I mean, you're not really suffering as much as Matum, man, though. Like, he barely got away from his own triangles. He had to walk all the way back to base. You know, farming up these ancient stacks early on, it is pretty painful for him. Especially when these heroes are just lingering around all the time.
I just have to say there's something that I really find enjoyable watching this Sven and PA suffer.
Ooh,
Does that make me a bad person, or...?
No, that makes you a reasonable person. As we're going to see more suffering with Tum Man down to half HP, moving in with a dagger. The problem is now Miracle's not suffering. Can Nisha turn this around? Is the question. We have a slight fist in a second. We'll get mind control, but he hasn't got that Miracle PA yet. You need to make him be punished. With moving in, maybe. He's trying to move away the blast through Puppy. Able to spank that PA. We just about able to move away with the final astral step, but there you go, Liz. That's what you wanted. Both the pos ones.
Both carries that. I'm not biased if I want both of them to die, right?
Exactly. You want them to equally suffer. Just suffer a lot.
Exactly.
Alright, looks like they won't be able to quite clean up here. So Nisha, he was feeling bloodthirsty. He's having quite the hell of a game right now. Top of the net worth, 103 and decent CS as well.
Still a much better trade for Nigma, for Secret, sorry, because they took down 3 heroes. They did lose Sven first, which is a little bit bad, but if you're Matu right now, you're not too worried, as you still do farm quite faster than Miracle, and you will be able to recover. As long as you get a couple of stacks, which has not been the case so far, as Nigma are on point blocking them.
Definitely. It's just while you are slowing down these stacks, you can see how they're struggling to deal with the Nisha factor right now, right? Their lockdown feels very limited at the moment to punish this Ember Spirit.
Yeah, both of these teams are limited on that way. Maybe once Mind Control starts rotating with his Blink Dagger, that will change a little bit. You can set it up, right? Like some Blink Dagger on Sand King plus the Void Spirit, that's enough to blow anyone up.
That's just the case if you can find a way to maybe like set up a kill Nisha that can lead into this mid tower. So then they'll have more real estate for Miracle. He's decided, you know, Battle Furies are overrated. I know I need to be active quicker. He's actually building the Sanji and Yasha this game.
That's actually very interesting. He's going Dazo first and then SNY.
Yeah.
I actually don't see a lot of SNY's bot on PA. This is a different approach completely. I'm wondering if Matu will do something different too. Mid lane, microphone.
Oh, jump in. Blink initiation's good. Ember bursts through. Slight fist to try and dodge, but the Remnant perfectly placed to ensure he's going to his grave.
That was actually not pitch perfect from Nigma, and if Nisha had a Remnant somewhere else, like he's out of there, he would be fine. Sadly for him, he didn't.
As a result, there's a rippling effect to this. They're going to try and take the tier 1 tower of a mind control. He's getting a little bit too greedy here. Lamp's going to go down. Stun control onto mind control. And he get away though. Gold Strength's going to be used. They want to burst through quickly, and with the purification, that's not enough to save him. They'll be able to find the kill. They'll hunt for Morka, and now the next target on the hit list. The egg's going to be committed. Is it going to be enough to save him though? Avatos on the spot. It's going to get him. Nora's gone, and they're able to back away before they all get stunned up.
Yeah, that was a really nice seg, but there was no support for it, and it was only to try and save Omni Knight. which obviously didn't work in the end. Very interesting play by Enigma, too aggressive in my opinion, as they go into the triangle after they wasted everything they had on mid lane, on that Ember kill if you remember.
Yeah, it's like, well, how could I forget it? Like you said, it wasn't the cleanest initiation, so the fact they felt confident enough to try for an even harder kill is surprising in itself. This one, however, much easier. Yabzor, caught under the tier 1 tower. Enigma, they rotate all their heroes here. They really need to find more for this, though. I don't know if they'll be able to get Nisha. I mean, this feels like you're just grasping at straws now.
Yes and no, because if you remember, God Strength was used. Because of that, you're thinking, okay, they won't fight. We can be a bit more aggressive now.
That's true. I guess it's the case that, like, how you lock down these targets still, right? Like, we saw you need that epicenter to find a kill into Nisha, for example, and let's not even get started on Zai.
Yeah, at the moment you do, right? We have a little bit to talk about that right now as it's paused. At the moment in the epicenter, you truly, with the Blink Dagger and epicenter, that's truly the only way to take down Ember. You can't just blink and stun and follow up by V. But the moment Miracle gets this Dazzle, that changes. And you can play the RNG game and perhaps play with the Sand King, jump in together and try to blow a target up or two. How close is Yapsur to his blink? He's actually quite far away, only 1,000 gold.
Yeah, they didn't really give him a lane, right? Because that was the thing. Nisha decided to absorb a lot of the XP mid to get that level advantage over Wii.
Yep, usually you see a bit more coming from Yapsur. Whenever you talk about secrets and the interaction between position 4 and position 3, you're thinking, okay, Yapsur is going to be thick. He's going to be fat coming out of that laning stage, but this wasn't truly the case.
No, it's like they had a talk and Zai went, look, I signed on as a POS 3 for this team, and I would actually appreciate it if once in a while I could actually be the POS 3 in this team. You know, he's where he belongs in net worth. But then you've got Puppy.
Yeah. But think about it. Why is it like that? It's because usually Zai is the hero that can die on the offlane, right? He's playing one of these heroes that usually dies in these exchanges in which Yapsur is like, okay, I didn't die, I'm gonna get a couple of creeps, farm a little bit, you know. I'm not pushing, I'm just defending. But Zai doesn't die on Timber. That's Yapsur's problem. Like, his problem is that Zai never died. He's just chilling. He's chilling and farming, and he's so big right now with the Hood of Defiance as well. Extremely difficult for Enigma to take him down.
Most definitely. As a case, does mean you have that timing on the blink, and Puppy's even getting a bit more space, right? Actually, look at what Puppy's building into.
Actually. It's fine because he's playing versus PA too, right? So this is a little bit of a different approach to that. Definitely help his teammates out, and PA is one of those heroes you see Kotl, you just jump him, he's dead. Or you dagger, you don't even jump him, he's dead. He's very squishy. He's level 7 sitting on 860 HP, so it's nice that he's itemizing. But it's Puppy, he likes to itemize like this on many position 5s.
It's the complementary factor, right? Like when we talk about Secret, one thing that kind of gave them edge over a lot of teams for several months was this idea that they will prioritize farm to whichever hero can give them the item that complements the rest of the team, right? Whether it's like, oh, Puppy needs a Vlad's, give him the space for the next 3 minutes, or in this case, we need a Vanguard, give him the space.
That's how everywhere the games should be played. In your pubs, in pro games, it should always be like that. If someone needs 100 gold to get an item, you don't walk in and steal every single last from him, okay? I'm looking at you, position 2, 3, 1 players. It's annoying, but...
Is this confessions of a pub game? Look, I just want to say, Sven, it really hurt me when I was so close to having that Blink Dagger, and you came and you cleaved all those creeps, all my precious gold, and you were nowhere near your axe.
Yeah, it's what we position 4 and 5s talk about during our regular weekly meetings.
Where you plot their downfall, you just like passing secret notes to Ice Frog. Yeah, you know if the POS 1, POS 2s?
What do you think? Is like everyone is talking about that during the interviews? Every single position 1, tier 1 player is talking about how broken carries are right now. About it, I believe OG boys as well, Seb and No Tail mentioned it too. I guess they have to nerf the economy, right? That's
yeah. That's what I was figuring, right? Like maybe make kills worth a bit more. I was thinking it'd be cool if, like, considering how long it's been since we had a big patch, we get some sort of new objective, right? Because outposts were cool.
New objective?
Well, outposts were cool, right? But like, how much do you actually actively see them matter outside of that top outpost, shall we say, where like obviously Feroce is critical?
Wait, hold your horses. In your 2K scrub games, they might not matter, but that's not the same everywhere. Outposts are extremely important. That's why there's so much emphasis on getting tier 2s. What other objective do you want?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not sure what exactly I want. It's someone that would maybe allow like pos 4/5s to get that chance to find some more gold. Obviously, don't just buff the jungle.
You want another spot for bounties? Bounty runes?
Yes, let's go more bounties. Give XP again. That was man. That was the time to be a Roman pos 4.
Random bounty rune spawns on the map. The person that reaches it first gets. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds stupid. Who knows? Maybe they'll rework the map a little bit again.
Like,
that would be kind of cool.
I think
I'm always worried, though. Sorry, like when they change the map, what do you think? Does it deter old school players from playing the game? I always feel like I have a lot of friends that haven't played for a while, like let's say a month, and then they come back and the map is different. They're like, yeah, this isn't what I remember.
It's kind of, it's like weird, right? Because on the one hand, the argument is, oh, these people who've been playing the same map, they've had loads of time to master it, so there's maybe like they have to learn someone new, which maybe allows other players to get one up or be on the same level to an extent. But at the same time, if we didn't change the map, if we kept everything the same, would people keep playing? I mean, Dota is a very diverse game. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Dota is a very diverse game, right? But we love change. We always, like, anything in life, we just love change. Until we realize it's bad for us, and then we straight on to Reddit just complain about it. We hate it.
Never refuse good.
Like, think about Razor pickers at the moment, They would imagine if they found a way to somehow make Razor worse, right? After all the begging from Razors. I mean, he's been looking pretty rough right now, right?
He'll be buffed for sure. It's not the most interesting or fun hero for me, at least personally, in the game, so I don't mind not seeing him every single game. They're rotating mid, but Zai is big.
It's a hard kill, maybe. They're going to try for it. I don't know. The Remnant might be enough to bring him down. He's low. They will be able to clean him up. On the side, though, the roots are coming out. We will be protected. Trying to escape, but he's going to leave behind the Omni Knight. GH is tanky enough. They don't want to try and force them out. You poke the bear, you might get the egg. I'm not really sure how that works, but they want that egg. And we'll just walk away.
Alright, so they do get what they came for, and they use the egg and the epicenter in the end. Meanwhile, Sven obviously had to use God's Strength.
Look at the re-engage. Yep, stun control in. We brought low. Maybe they get him. He's able to move away with the Dissimulate, though. He stands his ground and then cuts away. Toss across just to try and escape. Yapsel being brought low. Miracle will clean him up. Timmerman extremely low. Will be finished off as Mind Control moves in. The Timmerman one hit will do it. The dagger across onto the wrong target, though. Miracle, no! He doesn't go from a Timmerman, and as a result, he's going to be the one dying. We will go in now, still looking for him, but he can't find it. Oh, no. He's not only got him strength, he's got a Jukes right now. He's going to dodge it all out. Wee is also going to be punished. All spells on cooldown. It's a double kill for Zai. And Sven just limping away, confident on next to no HP.
When I said Zai was big, I meant item build-wise. I didn't mean that so big on the screen, Miracle won't be able to select Sven even. Okay, so there's a slight chance that he didn't see Sven, and because of that he blinks on Zai and tries to follow Matu, right? It's nighttime, they don't have vision around that area, so that's also possible. He was joking him in the trees, but he just couldn't get on top. That looked so bad for Secret, and it turned out so goddamn good for them. It's crazy.
Most definitely. Like, the big swing now, a 3K net worth lead for Secret. I mean, that type of replay is the type of moment that a mono manufacturer will use to try and tell you need a bigger mono. Like, if you just had our 32-inch 40p 144 hertz mono, you see, you could have daggered the Sven there, got the big kill. Whoa, GH. Calm down, laddie. I know the egg's coming off cooldown, but I don't know if you want to fight this. They're cutting in. Straight. Oh, Pumpy's just gone. But they're going to lose Mind Control just as quickly to the combo. Miracle trying to punish this, but there's going to be a Remnant away from Nisha. The egg has been committed nowhere near the rest of Secret, so they can just back up.
every single game you're playing Quetzal versus PA, there's this moment in the game in which you Miracle, like the PA doesn't go on you way too many times, you feel a bit safe. But after this time, I think Puppy will play way more careful.
Yeah, I mean, right now, he felt like he was a knight on a horse, right? He's got his shield. He's protected by that Vanguard. It just didn't matter, though. Now Zai, able to move away. Miracle has got that DD running. I don't know if they want to engage. It's going to be a Remnant control on Nisha. Do they want to go in? Epicenter Star's going to be there. Bring him low. Nisha's still alive, though. Ever Slide Fist, can he move away? Remnant in. Chases are out. They're going to get the triple kills. They clean them up with a God Strength from Matumba Man. Miracle, even with a DD, realizes his limits and has to back away.
Very aggressive moves from Nigma again. They didn't have their ultis, they didn't have the egg, but they still go in. I can understand why you're playing a PA and that PA has a DD, and again,
jump in. Nisha is alive again. Miracle. He needs to get out. Matumba Man is coming. They're going to jump in. He wants to kill the Puppy. Is this going to cost him his life, though? Instead, Kuro, targeted by Matumba Man, is going to be burst through the avalanche. It's enough to get rid of Miracle. GH in trouble now, needs to retreat. Will be able to dive away, but the damage is already done. Look at the net worth lead that Secret now have 20 minutes in. 2 fights, and they're now up 7,000 gold over Nigma.
Yeah, because Matu isn't dying, right? In these 2 fights, Matu survives. Meanwhile, Miracle, yeah, he does get a couple of kills. 2 kills on Quetzal, if nothing else. But he still does fall in the end, which is what makes Matu have a BKB, Echo Saber, and Mask of Madness right now. Meanwhile, you don't even have SMY.
This is an ambitious kill, sir. They want to try and punish Nisha. They need to be careful. Avalanche toss is going to come out, though. They just get punished instead. Oh, the lockdown. It is painful to watch for Nigma. I feel like if mind control's not there, none of these kills are ever possible.
Invisibility.
Man, I mean, Puppy, like you said, Miracle's overcommit. It's almost like Puppy has created a permanent taunt on this Phantom Assassin because he built a Vanguard. It's like Miracle's just looked and gone, challenge accepted. And it's never been worthwhile.
What's also interesting is that he's going for a Ghost Scepter afterwards.
You're giving mixed signals here, buddy.
He's not trying to finish off Brimstone.
He might get finished off himself, though. Challenge accepted. This time, there will not be punishment, though. Matumba Man just wants out. The ult's going to be there, though. Jump in. BKB forced out. He'll stun him up. God Strength trying to go to work on the mind control. Does get him just as he burrow strikes away. No. Out of all the ways to die there, that's going to be the most tilting one of all for mind control. Moving in. GH. They want that egg, but it's like, because there's no lockdown.
It just doesn't feel fair, man. This shouldn't exist. Like, you have 3 heroes, you jump him. He's not... Yeah, okay, he has an...
I mean, he has a BKB as well, right? Come on.
He 3-shotted an SK off.
Oh no, it's not like there's a hero in this game that could one-shot people. Matumba Man might get one shot from this health gone. They commit the egg. Can they find more though? Zai, looking to move away, will be able to do so. Yapzor with a TP out, no crit, so he will make it.
Yapzor was lucky because GH kept his eyes on Nisha. He still is, bro.
Moving in.
Chasing.
Gonna throw down the lamp to protect him as the dive in from GH is interrupted. Beautifully done, so there was no Yules.
Exactly. GH tried to Yule him.
Oh. We is not having a fun game here. This Deso Ember is destroying him right now.
It's so easy for like they have 2 styles, right? You have Nisha, who's able to constantly poke and prod with Sleight of Fist Dazzle, and on the other hand, you have the Sven, who's not really poking; he's destroying you if he goes in.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like a physical Dagon at this point, right? Because of the chakra. That's the thing that's making it ridiculous. Is it's 2 pokes instead of 1.
Yeah, and it looks really good on Secret because they have multiple ways of fighting. They don't have to commit with it when they don't want to, which is really nice. Like, one thing that you have to give Sven in every fight is vision. He's getting plenty of that from his teammates.
My life easier.
And it's the comparison of the big team fight elements, right? Like, you've got this egg on one side, but Nigma, it almost feels like it's too easy for Secret to move away, while Puppy is almost exclusively used this Will-O-Wisp defensively, right? It's just like, oh, they jump us, we just need like 1 second reset and we can get a better advantage point.
I don't know if this rush. Yeah, they smoke up. This is much better.
Jump in. Yours. A little bit of miscommunication there. He will get hit by the Remnant. The lowest there to protect him. They'll move away from the egg. Epicenter isn't going to get close enough. You'll see drop for Superman, but there's the God Strength. Just going to move away for the moment. The egg is going to explode. But they'll look to re-engage as Zai cuts towards the back line. They are in full retreat on the side of Nigma. They did force out the God Strength, but they can't lose any heroes. The Avatos is going to be there, and they found Kuro. That will be enough to validate Roche. Yep.
This is Roche because egg was used too. Now, if you're Nigma, you might think about still defending because you have Blinking stunt from something, and yeah, they smoke up.
Nisha, yeah, he knows something's wrong. He's like, I'm an Ember, I shouldn't be in the pit. They do not have the Epicenter though. They do not have the egg. This is going to be a tough one. Jump in, BKB out from Matuma. Mind control, gone in 4 hits. Moving in on a GH, Toss is there, perfectly timed to go for the dive away, is able to escape. Matsuma Man, God Strength has now run out, but the jump in is going to be the Ember. Gets bashed up by Roche, but the root's going to come out. Miracle now in trouble. The lamp goes down. It traps in Wii as well. Toss across on the spot. Miracle needs it out, but he won't be able to find it. One more hit. They'll find it. They bring him down. Wii is able to move away, but the damage is already done. They've lost Miracle again. It's a 10k net worth lead, and now Secret can secure the Roche.
They're punishing Miracle for his over-aggression every single time he goes in. They bait him with Nisha, lock him with Searing Chains, and then Matu just finishes off the deal. Really well played by Secret so far.
It's it kind of is that recurring case, right? Nigma is Secret just sit there. They move to an objective and they say, Nigma, you have to make the move. Usually it's been around this +1 tower, which, by the way, for Team Secret is still standing to this point.
So the real issue for Nigma is they have this Timber Saw. He just goes in, he has Load Sorb and Pipe. You can't just ignore him because he's dealing out way too much damage. But most importantly, like we said earlier, he's giving vision for Sven to pick and choose his targets. And this Timber Saw, you might not feel it with damage output in teamfights, but he's doing so much work for Secret.
Yeah, it's basically a taunt for Nigma's spells, right? Like you said, they can't ignore him, so they commit a lot of their very lacking CC, shall we say, to trying to deal with him. And we've seen this issue where usually their Yules are being used not to set up a stun. Usually it's just trying to keep Sven out of the equation while they try and remove Timber.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They're
attack.
going mid.
All heroes bomb.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wrapping around him, expecting some sort of response, but you can see Nigma, they're holding around the bottom area of the map. They don't want to fight directly into Aegis, BKB, God Strength, Sven.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The Sven that's almost about to hit level 22.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If he does take the Stormhammer talent, and if he gets
Dire's
Chakra,
middle
that would be
tower
pretty
is
cool.
under attack.
Like,
If. I like how you say if.
flying from one target to the next, yeah, he took it.
Oh, joy. Oh, boy, we look at that, admin. He took the Stormhammer cooldown. How unexpected.
I mean, of course he's gonna take it, but I'm just...
I like how you built the suspense
here. No, yeah.
Yeah, so, oh, hello. He's trying to set someone up here. He's like, kill me, please. There's reinforcements coming. And I'm not the quickest at kills. He'll finally be brought down. The lamp has been dropped. They are TPing in reinforcements. We on the high ground. Stormhammer up. GA to try and protect him, but the magical damage is going to bring him low. The Remnant through. They've almost got through him. We trying to cut and run away. The chain isn't going to connect with the tree. They will at least get the Void Spirit. But it looks like that's all they're going to get. He wasted too much of their time, so they get the high value target Miracle out of there alive.
This trade is 1-for-1, and it's actually very lucky for Nigma because Kotl, Puppy, he already used his Chakra before Matu came, so he didn't have that double stun. If he did, that would be more kills for sure.
True. But now they say, okay, if we can't kill heroes, we'll go for inanimate objects. They aim for the tower. Instead, they're going to fight Kuro on the back line. The Lotus reflecting the stun, though. Ember moving even closer to Miracle scares them off. They find the kill on the Kuro. Looking for more. Nisha says against it, though. They say, wait, we forgot about the towers, didn't we, lads? Let's turn around and deal with those with the God Strength.
You go outside of your base, You try to take an objective and then Secret just rushes you back down to
Dire's
your own high
bottom tower
ground.
has fallen.
They're taking every objective that they can. Meanwhile, the tier 1 is taken, the tier 2 now as well is going to fall, and that's all the outer tower is down for Enigma.
Dire's bottom tower has
It's like
fallen.
that kid that has everything they could ever want, and they see another kid has something, and they go, I want that
Dire's
too.
bottom tower
But that's
is
kind
under
of Secret right now. Everything belongs to them. Enigma are just the Oliver Twist begging for a second serve, maybe in a first at this stage. Yapsor, jump in, go Scepter, he doesn't care. He says some nice magic damage, buddy. The dagger will get him though. Nisha's poking around the back. Miracle needs to get out quick. We, however, might not be so lucky. Trying to move away. I'll move across with the Remnant. They have got the chains, they have got the connect, and they have got the damage to punish We for it.
You decide
Okay, so
his fate.
what happened there is Yapsor does die, but I think what's a little bit worse for Secret is that their push was stopped. Still, do you really care that much about that? You're controlling the map, you're
Dire
farming
are
up.
scanning.
This AC will make Sven and
Radiant's
his
top
team so
tower
much
is under
tankier versus PA. They don't necessarily have to rush it, but with this Aegis, they could push for high ground.
Yeah, like you're kind of chilling, you kill them, right? Like you're in this game. We all had those games where we see we've got all our outer towers almost. We go, do I really want to give them that pinch? Do I even want to give them a remote chance of getting gold? Probably not. Especially when it's a Phantom Assassin of all heroes.
That same Phantom Assassin is having a really weird time this game. Even though he's
Radiant's bottom tower
top of the
is
network
under
of his
attack.
own team, look at his item build. He opted not to go for that SNY. That's Sanj into Basher. Like usually what you see is
Radiant's
Dazo into
middle
Basher
tower
or
is
Dazo
under
Mom
attack.
into Basher, right? But to go for SNY in the end.
Nah, this looks like one of those builds where you were hoping a Titan Slower would drop or something, and later on get a Satanic. But
Yeah, you get some stats
Radiant's
resistance from
bottom
Sanj,
tower
that's
is
definitely
under
true,
attack.
but is it worth it?
especially against these heroes, right? Like, that doesn't really screw the Tiny that much. No. Does Sven need that extra percentage you're saving on the stun at this stage? You're better off just relying on the miss chance to save you from Sven. And that's kind of the surprising part about this, right? Sven has not, like, he doesn't see the need for a Silver Age or an MKB. Like, he feels so confident about the PA not being a problem that he's not countering her with his items.
I've seen so many die on that hill, thinking the same thing and then missing 10 times in a row, but yeah, I agree with you. Miracle.
Trying to escape. There's too many heroes here though. Kura, can he get his carry out of this? He'll give him the Heavenly Grace. They could just save some stuns. He's going to go for the TP away, but there's the chains. With that, Miracle's fortified. He'll move in and punish Pumpy for her. He says, it was your chakra that got me killed. The GA is going to be used, but Miracle, nowhere to run. We'll turn around, looking on Yapsor, bring him low, but the Ghost Scepter ensures that he'll only get one kill down here.
By the way, he does have Heavenly Grace for status, so maybe this is well thought through as well, right? Like, you have Heavenly Grace plus the Sun, maybe that's the reason behind it. But so far, he only has damage to kill off a Kotal, which isn't really where you want to be as a TA.
No. And, you know, it's the fact that he hasn't got lifesteal, so I could maybe see that being more valuable from the Omni Knight. It just still doesn't give you a way of dealing with the Timberman anytime soon. Is it just clubbing at the buildings? 1, 2, 3, and gone.
Middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks
Back away though,
has
he
fallen.
respects the poke damage of Enigma. He's happy with what he's claimed here. And the God Strength is, of course, running out soon.
Yeah. He obviously doesn't have Aegis as well any longer, so he can fall back. Don't want to really feed any kills. There's a possibility of buyback from PA, but even without that, they do have enough magic damage to take him down if they stun lock him.
And to make sure they have the stuns, you can already see that Miracle, he's not even thinking about buyback. He's going to buy out on what he needs. He's got the Vanguard. He is getting close to that complete Abyssal. Just 1,500 gold off.
Looks like they might even smoke. No, at the moment they just run down bottom. You can the way the Enigma plays. Look at these 3 heroes in Radiant jungle, and where Miracle is going to farm. They always set the perimeter so well around their carry so that he has the safest possible place in the map. That way they ensure that Miracle never truly feeds unless he wants to do something crazy and jump into them.
Well, we've seen PAs do like to do crazy things. in this game, it can be a little bit to his detriment. By the way, he did actually find the Paladin Sword, so screw Titan Sliver idea. I think he just got the best of the tier 3 items he could hope for in this game.
Yeah, but it might be a bit late. Timber with the Shivas or with the Dragon Scale. That looks so good on him. Actually, I love this even better. He's fair can smoke.
Yasuo just broke an avalanche toss on the jumping stun control. Please, God, Miracle. Force the fight with the lamp controlling him up. Wants to run away. They've already lost mind control. They're going to lose Miracle as well. Kuro, he's not getting away. The Sleight of Fist, the Sleight of Power is coming out. Nigma are just broken.
I would ping that ward too, man. They're pinging it now, but it's a bit too late. And it's such a uncharacteristic mistake for Nigma, for a tier 1 team to smoke up that far without checking for a ward. That was...
I mean, what a way to capitalize from Yapsor, though, right? Like, you know, we were worried about his slow blink timer and whatnot, but that impact, that avalanche toss combo is a game-winning avalanche toss combo. As Secret are gonna win this one. They'll poke and prod at GH, they'll force the egg out of him, but then they'll turn around for the throne. As they have done it, they've taken the game against Nigma.
The game was broken for Nigma, that is way earlier than this last fight, but man, that ward helped out so much. Scouting out the smoke allows Yapsor to jump.